We have been talking about trend lines, supports, resistances, and so on, channel line, all very important concept. And this last part, we're gonna conclude what we have started with the first part of this lesson. I hope that what I told you, what in the previous lessons, has been clear, and you are all confident that you got all the needed tools to start these lessons. Because again, to go in those details, I hope that you got confident with the previous information. So let's get into it. Let's start from one of the most important concepts, that is the percentage of retracement. So the percentage of retracement, what is that? It's just how much the price is gonna retrace after a rally, because as I told you, the price does not move in straight lines, but they move in waves, or they forming peaks and troughs. So yes, in general they have a rally and they have a setback. So how much does the price retrace at this setback? It can retrace between the 33% and 66%, with offer retracement of 50%. This one is exactly what Dow theories was telling us, so nothing new. And we found the same concept of Dow theory. So that's why I told you the Dow theory, it's important to understand technical analysis. These retracements are important because anytime those retracements are going to be violated, or there is something wrong, and there has to be a warning for us. Or perhaps it's not a trading, or it's not a trend, but it can be something else. So that's why are important those numbers. I gave you some numbers so you can understand better how to calculate those percentages, but no worries, because the software, the charts, they do everything for you. And it's commonly we can use the minimum resistance zone between 33 and 38, and the maximum resistance zone between 62 and 66. This one is important, please remember it. Those one are the numbers that we have always considered. So we have increased a little bit more these two zones, just to reduce the risk, and just to embrace all different theories between Fibonacci, Gann, and Elliott waves. So and the 1/3 and 2/3. So all those theories together, they give us those retracement zones. So let's move to the next slide. Just this one, I gave you what I explained already to you in the Dow's theory, that those retracement, they are not those retracement or setback, they are just a correction of perhaps the primary trend. And the Dow's was giving us the S value, again, look, 2/3 and 1/3, exactly what I told you guys before, that 33% and 66%. This is just to show you that Dow theories matches it's the foundation of technical analysis. And then Dow actually was even saying that this one can go up 50% as correction, again, can move up of the H, but I think of the previous the previous wave. But I think this one it's not something that has been seen in the technical analysis. We can use as reference because it's one of the, let's say, magic number, because there will be those magic number. Those one are all considered magic number, and then they can always be used in a trend lines to find the supports and the resistances. So let's move forward. We can understand better those numbers. I give you an example with the numbers. Just please do the maths by yourself. This is a real case, a real situation, just to show you how it works. And please just do the maths, so you will be confident how to calculate the percentage, even if you don't need to do it, because the software will do it. But it's better if you get at least a guess. I mean, if you know you know how to do it. So this is much better rather than the software telling you how to do it. I think, at least personally, I would like to know what the software does. Let's move to this another important concept is the speed line. Those speed lines, they work like, it's very easy to find, and they work like resistances. This theory, it's based again in the number 3. There is number 3, where it works in this way. Anytime that we have, perhaps in this case, we have two peaks, the second peaks, we need to draw a line like that, and forming this triangle. I mean, this is a 90-degree angle forming this triangle that I'm doing with my cursor. Divide the base, this h, actually divide this depth, this h, by 3, because we are going to have 2/3 and 1/3, because we're going to divide by 3. This is the concept. So once we divide by 3, we just need to define first support and second support. So what we are saying that those two are going to work as support for the next thoughts, for the next low level, for the next. So it worked when you can do this one for the first one. Again, you can do this one for the third peak, for the first peak, for the third peak. So again, this one is this one is 1/3, this one is 1/3, this one is 2/3, and this one is where the price will go. In that way, we are confident if this is the theory, and if it is, and if you want to speculate a little bit more, if you want to be aggressive in the market, and if you want to go against the trend, if we know this concept, perhaps we can say, okay, I'm gonna sell it here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna sell it up to this point, because I know that it needs to, the price needs to set back, needs to go down at least up to this point. Yeah, this is the concept. I will not do that because I will not invest against the trend, but it's risky. But I mean, perhaps for a short-term investment, for the daily trading, this is what we are gonna do. We cannot always invest in the direction of the trend. So let's move forward, and how can we use those information if there are different conditions. Perhaps the first one, if the this setback, this setback is gonna break the first support. Generally should stop at the first support. It's easier to stop at the first support or between the first and second support, but if it's gonna break this one and then it's gonna break even second support, most likely the price will go down up to this level. And then again, we can have a different condition that it breaks second one, the first support, and then it's not gonna break the second support. It can bounce back, the price can go up to the support one, and the support one can work as resistance. Again, those support can be reversed as usual with the trend lines. So and support and resistance, they can be used in both cases. They can be reversed. Again, I did this one for downtrend, for the downtrend example for you guys to understand, but it's totally the same concept, just a sketch. And then we are in numbers. So we saw this number 3, we saw that it's so important, and again we have Fibonacci line, Fibonacci fan line, and Gann fan line. Fibonacci, it says it's applied this totally concept of this one, or perhaps of this one, rather than using 1/3 and 2/3, that is gonna be 60% and 33%. Fibonacci is gonna use 38% and 68 and 62%. So let's go in more detail. This is what I did for you guys. This is how it works. So this one is support 1, support 2, 1/3 and 2/3, like Speedlines. This one is Fibonacci, and this one is Gann line. So Gann, it was dividing was dividing the trend in 8 parts. So all those ratios, saying that the 3/8, 3/8, and 4/8 and 5/8 ratio are the most important. So again, we are with the 38%, 62%, 38% of Fibonacci, 62% of Fibonacci, and then again, this is the reason why what we said at the beginning. Let me go back 1 second, sorry about that. What we said at the beginning, this is why we have this zone, this retracement zone is this one between 33 and 38, and the maximum is 62 and 66. This is the reason. Going back to those, sorry about that, going back to those numbers. So no worries about all those numbers, but what Gann said that we can draw the trend line at 45 degree. Again, we go back to the previous lesson, because the 45 degree trend line is the most balanced and is the most important. And then and then the trend should follow the 45 degree trend line, but actually we can draw even different trend lines with those different angles. But don't worry, again, because the software will do all those stuff for us, and no, we can use all those information. There will be many, just perhaps Gann, there will be other missing, just for clarity they are not shown on this sketch, but the concept is that we can use all those information to support and resistances, so we can see when the price is gonna bounce back, or perhaps it's gonna break through this support resistance, and try to understand, try to predict again the movement of the prices. So that's all. I hope this has been clear, and just please get confidence with these numbers. This is always number 3. This is the ratio, the most important number. I call it magic numbers. Is always divided by 3. So and this is very clear. So this is what we are expecting. This one it goes back there or perhaps there, as I told you before. So those information you will see, you will find it in if you open any charts, perhaps this one, you will find that it works. This is how it works. So if you can do a fan there, if you do the first fan and you divide it by perhaps this one, you divide it by 3, perhaps this one is going to be 1/3, and this one perhaps is going to be 2/3. So that's why just you see those are very basic concept, but most of the cases they are trustable, and then they are easy to apply as well. So please get confident with this concept. If you have some doubts, let me know, and that's all for now. Thanks. Bye bye.